I guess if I do it this way... Okay, clutch on the pull. No, that didn't work.
These girls wanna tie a kid down and keep me around, but I would never change. I'm a dog, I'm a hound, but I tell them what they wanna hear. They like how it sound till I'm gone with the wind and I'm lost, never found.
Hey, my name's Luke from the channel GamingForBuzz, and welcome to Velocity Factions episode 3. In this episode, it's going to be all about money. If you missed the last episode, check it out in the description. We actually showed off this base for the first time, but I guess you get a little glimpse of it now if you haven't seen that video. And what we're going to be doing mainly in this video is actually finishing off the farm. I mean, I put down whatever soul sand I had, and you know, it's going to be a good Neverwalk farm up here. I already explained how I want the farm to be in the previous video, but basically we're going to need a whole bunch more soul sand to even get the farm started. So, where we're going to go is /F home, where I've got a little claim with no purpose whatsoever other than just so I can /F home to the Nether, and here we are. Now, it is next to a Nether fortress, but that has obviously already been raided. It's not too far out from spawn. I'll show you my coordinates. It's about the same coordinates I actually got to get on top of the Nether, because I got on top of the Nether somewhere in that direction a bit up. You know, if you missed the first episode, that's where I actually got on top of the Nether. So if you want to find out how to get onto the Nether easily, and yeah, you can just look it out on there. But basically, just going to use this nice bedrock shovel, which is the second highest rank on the server, is bedrock, and efficiency 5 and breaking 3, which is basically all. I was gonna say hearing gas is scaring me because I can't see any, so it makes me think there's someone near me, but what? I guess it's just out of render distance. Oh, it's right there. We just hit that back. It is. I'm gonna hit you. I can't even see where you are. Let's end a pearl over there, even though I didn't actually mean to, in all honesty. But it's okay. I guess we can get some tears actually, because I do want to make some more regen potions. Did it drop any? I don't believe so. I didn't see any. Hey, my name's Luke from the channel GamingForBuzz, and welcome to Velocity Factions episode 3. In this episode, it's going to be all about money. If you missed the last episode, check it out in the description. We actually showed off this base for the first time, but I guess you get a little glimpse of it now if you haven't seen that video. And what we're going to be doing mainly in this video is actually finishing off the farm. I mean, I put down whatever soul sand I had, and you know, it's going to be a good Neverwalk farm up here. I already explained how I want the farm to be in the previous video, but basically we're going to need a whole bunch more soul sand to even get the farm started. So, where we're going to go is /F home, where I've got a little claim with no purpose whatsoever other than just so I can /F home to the Nether, and here we are. Doesn't really matter because I've actually found out the most amazing thing to do with potions ever, but that'll be for another video. So again, I'm just going to get a load of soul sand, absolutely loads, and we're even going to get more soul sand than Neverwalks we have. I do have like 2 or 3 stacks of Neverwalks, but we're going to get way more than 2 or 3 stacks of soul sand, just because in the future I don't want to have to come back out here again. I actually want to have enough left over for when my farm does grow and I have loads more Neverwalks. I've actually got enough soul sand to use and expand the farm with, so there's not going to be any problems in the future. We're going to hopefully get I'd say, you know what, I'm going to go for a full inventory, you know. I kind of want to go around the Nether Fortress as well, try and pick up some, I'm going to say pick up some Neverwalks, but I guess now we've got a farm, it's not going to be too required to actually find some ourselves, but you know, we might do a bit more exploring. I definitely need some glowstones, that's something we're going to do. What else do we need? I guess we'll go looking for gas, because I do want some regen potions actually, because they are nice to have, especially when there's not Gapple gaming. I mean, I've got some normal golden apples, but I have like no super god apples at all. So without having god apples, it is actually really useful to just have a constant regen 2 from using potions. So that'll be something to look out for. A few more gas and it should be really all we need. We don't need too many regen pots. But trust me, we'll have enough if we just get 1 gas tier, because yeah, on this server the potions, I'm not going to explain it too much because that's for another episode. So make sure you subscribe and look out for that. But trust me, I have figured out the most insane way to get ahead of everyone in PvP. I only have iron armor, but I guarantee I can take out anyone in diamond as long as they don't have god apples or, you know, insane pots themselves with my little method I've come up with. But I'm so excited to use that in PvP, but I'm just not going to talk about it anymore, and I'm going to actually get on with getting all the soul sand, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we've filled up our entire inventory, and I think that's enough for soul sand, but I do want to get some glowstone, so I guess we're going to find some patches. I mean, I guess I'll go for these easy ones up here. Another thing in the shops that actually makes a lot of money is quartz. I could just go quartz mining, you know, efficiency 5p just to quickly get some quartz. But I don't believe it's enough money compared to other ways of making money, like just having a big netherwort farm, which is the thing I'm going to focus on at the moment. So I think I have a decent amount of soul sand, but do I want to get more? I don't know if I'm going to come back and get like enough inventory full. Probably not, because what I have right now is way more than enough than what I can actually use at the moment. So it will just be sat in a chest if I do get more. Here we go, nice and easy glowstone on the ceiling. And I'm not sure how much of this we need. It's really just for potions. So I guess I have to get rid of some soul sand. But I guess that is enough. And you actually... Maybe should I do some brewing this episode? Oh, I'll have to see. Should I do some brewing? I'm actually going to save it for a PvP episode coming up soon. Probably 2 or 3 episodes in the future. I'm going to go on a massive PvP spree with a potions technique. I guess I'm going to call it. It's not really like a glitch because it's allowed on this server, but I don't think they really intended it to happen, so I'm going to have to probably ask if it's okay if I keep using it, but I definitely want to try it out to see how good it actually is, because you can't really pass up an opportunity. Okay, so I've already started the main thing we set out to do this video, which is finish our netherwort farm. I mean, I've just got the basic layout how I want it to be, but in the future, obviously, I'll expand it probably outwards. I'm not really too sure just yet, but I'm just basically putting wood around it so when I break the netherwort, it'll catch it. But now we just have to fill it in. I'm going to do the bottom first, so then if I fall from the bottom, then I'm dead. And if I fall from the top, and the bottom's already finished, then I'm going to be caught by it. So I don't know why it's doing that little, like, it's like placing it really fast even though I'm not clicking it that much. I don't know why. It's making me mess up a lot, but I already did the boring, like, you know, shift walk backwards to get the outline. Now it's just filling it in, and it's acting as though I'm pressing it more times than I am. I think that's just server lag, but wow. Or is it? Yeah, because it does it normally here, but when I'm trying to like shift in place, it does it really fast. I don't know what's going on. But basically, like I said, when I was doing the base tour, I want a big layer here and then a drop down to the second layer. This is where you're going to drop down, and then you can mine up all this before going in through the secret door back here, and then you can just make your way into the base again. And yeah, so it's got to be like really convenient farm right next to my base. I mean, you can argue that it's going to make my base easier to be found, but actually that only can be a bad thing, although it's just a way of making money. But eventually I'm hoping to, I don't know if I want to move base. I don't know, I just want to keep working on this base since I've put so much effort into it already, or I should just make a big move to a, I don't know, because I'm already as far out as you can get in the nether. The only way I could think of making it harder for people to get to my base is actually making it in the actual nether rather than on top, because then they have to travel through like 10,000 blocks rather than just run 10,000 blocks. So we'll have to see, and this double placement is really getting annoying, to be honest. So I think I'm just going to finish this off camera, but I'm basically going to just finish this, and I guess we'll plant the netherworts and see if we've got enough. We probably don't have enough netherworts to cover it. Actually, now thinking about it, I definitely don't, and I am going to want to make it bigger as well. We should have way more than enough soul sand though, so I'm actually going to see what we can do with the rest of the soul sand. Probably sell it, because interesting enough, soul sand actually sells more than netherwort does. Netherwort sells for I think 7.5 or 7 something, and soul sand sells for 10 per block. The only downside is with, you know, I would probably just make soul sand on my way of getting money, you know, going out, because it's easy to mine. You don't take time like netherworts, and there's way more enough, especially with efficiency 5. You just swing your spade around like that, and you've got as many soul sand blocks as you actually need, but you can only sell it one by one because there's not a bulk sign for it. That's really the only downside. So unless I want to sit there for like literally just like an hour, soul sand gathering is not really the best way to make money. So we're going to stick with netherwort for the moment. And now we've just got this top layer to do, and I guess we can just plant netherworts. Another good thing about having a netherwort farm right next to your base is if you log off and you've just finished farming your base, so basically you've just got newly planted netherworts, and you actually log back on later to have grown netherworts, that means someone has been near your base, or at least in the area, because that means someone's loaded the chunks in order for them to grow. So that's a good way of telling if someone's been near your base. But then if someone has been near your base and they can see your base, then I'm pretty sure they're just going to take all this stuff anyway, so knowing they've been there is not really going to help you. But maybe if you're planning to set up a trap for when you're online and come jump you, and they're not really interested in your loot, they just want to try and kill you or something, then that's a good way to try and tell if someone has been here. But that is all the soul sand planted, and I actually have a whole bunch left. I might save some of it to expand the farm, or maybe just sell all of it. I don't know. Let's see, we'll just get on the nether wall. I'm going to plant it all. If I need some, I'll just go and break it. It's not really a big deal. So I guess we'll just mine what was already grown, and then just get to planting on every single piece of soul sand. I mean, I'm not going to be like too bothered. It still says I can't plant it. Or is that just because when I try and double click? Yeah, alright. So if I do it properly, it should be good and not spam the chat too much. But basically, once all this is filled, and I imagine once they all grow to full, we're going to have quite a lot of money from this, just from the first harvest. But I think from the first harvest, instead of selling it, I'm going to use it to make the farm bigger. Because if you get like 10,000 from the harvest, why not plant it? And then next time you'll get even more. You'll get like double what you were meant to get. So instead of 10,000, you'll get 20,000. And then if you, instead of selling it in for the 20,000, you double it again, then you'll get 40,000 next time. It's basically long term, it's better to save it and then just replant. But if you save it and replant every single time, you could have like a 1,000 by 1,000 Neverwalk farm, but zero money. So you kind of got to get equal balance, you know, get the farm to the size you actually want, and then obviously you need to start making money by harvesting it and actually selling it in the shop rather than just saving it or planting it. So I think we're about to run out just on this top layer anyway. So I've already made the farm way bigger than it should be, but after this harvest, it should fill up the whole farm. I mean, hopefully it fills up the whole farm. The bottom layer is a bit bigger, but I'm pretty sure you should get like, 2 to I think 5 is the maximum you can get. I'm not really too sure when you're actually mining Neverwalk, so we should be able to finish this layer definitely, and then probably most of this layer, and then after that I probably will sell for a bit until I decide I want to expand it. But for right now it's all good, so I don't really have to wait. I don't know why I'm digging up there when I can just go through this door now. I kind of forgot that's no longer the void and I can actually stand on some soul sand. So there we go, that is our farm complete, and I'm actually going to go warp shop, and I'm going to sell basically all the soul sand we have left. Maybe I'll keep a stack, I don't know. Probably not, because if I do want soul sand again, I can just do F-home and then literally swing my spade around and get so much of it. And I'm just going to find which little corner it is actually in. Is it on the top? Huh. I think it is. It's on the top somewhere. Yeah, it's just over here. Yeah, it's right here. Alright, so 1 for 10. So we should get a whole bunch of money. If I do /BAL right now, I have $765, which is not a lot at all. So what we're going to actually do is just hold right click, and I'll see you at the end once all the soul sand is gone. Well, we ended up selling absolutely everything, but if we check our balance, we have $8,885 on this server, which, you know, is decent. I guess it didn't take us too long to get that soul sand. I don't know if it was completely worth selling it all, but I guess it's just a bit of money in case we need whatever, because I am planning on buying some potion stuff, so I guess that's money towards that. And I guess we need some TNT. How much is TNT in the shop? I've never actually checked before. Can we even find TNT? Is that something? Oh, it's over here. Just seen it. Okay, 8 for 500. Yep, you definitely need a lot of money if you want to go on raids against a faction with a couple walls or whatever defenses are on this server. I'm not really seeing any bases other than just a couple unclaimed ones that weren't really bases, but they had some good stuff in. We're actually just going to finish off the farms where I guess like guardrail when it comes to mining up the Neverwalks, just so when the Neverwalks are actually finished, we're not going to have any problems with them just falling off the edge. So this should be way more than enough slabs to actually do the job, and I guess we'll just start from the top, go down to the bottom, and then all the way around the bottom. Okay, I don't like when the slabs glitch out like that, but I guess we're going to have to deal with it for now. You know what, I'm actually going to, I'm going to leave it like that, I guess, so it just makes it easier to jump down. And, should I leave it now? We're actually going to just start from this end and just start doing this over here. This is going to help us out when it comes to harvesting it, but when we expand it, it's just more effort to destroy it. But I think it's worth doing just so you don't drop like a couple £1,000 worth of Neverwalks down the side. And I don't have my axe on me, which is stupid, especially when I'm using wood. But I guess if I do it this way, okay, clutch ender pearl. No, that didn't work. Okay, that is why I hate working with slabs, but why does /back bring me up here? I don't understand. Oh, I'm gonna lose all that stuff, aren't I? Slash home. I'm gonna get some ender pearls. Oh, wait, I didn't have too good stuff on me, but I guess the tools and stuff will be nice to have back. I'm gonna take 2, and don't really need anything else. Let's just break this. Come on. Basically every wood you see in my base, if you break it, then you're basically falling down to bedrock. So let's see if the stuff's there, and clear like doesn't have it, and it's here. Okay, so at least we got stuff back, so it wasn't too bad. But I'm actually gonna finish some slabs, and then it is finally finished. I mean, from the bottom, if people are looking for bases, they'll definitely find my base, no doubt about it. But I guess it's worth... I don't know, if my base gets found at all, then that's basically everything we own lost, apart from as money. That's why I'm trying to make as much money as possible, because no one can really steal that off you, and it's just going to help you out when you need to buy stuff. You know what, I'm going to do this all off camera. But that's it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy. If you've got any other tips and you're playing this server on how to actually make money even faster than Netherwarts, because so far that seems to be the best way I can see when you've got not enough money. I know obviously getting a blaze farm's better, but I don't have like a couple $1,000k of money to actually spend on blaze spawners at the moment. So I'm hoping just Netherwart farm will actually get us set for money, you know, just temporarily, and in the future probably upgrade. So I'm going to actually finish the whole border around the Netherwart farm. Probably I'm going to actually expand it rather than, you know, cashing it out. You know what, I'll fill up the whole thing, then I'll cash it out, and then once it's all cashed out, and then I'll expand it. Like once I've cashed the full farm out like a couple times, maybe then I'll do it. Or yeah, I'll definitely not do it straight away. I do want to get a bit of money in my bank before I start expanding, because like I said, if you just expand, then you're not going to have any money. You're just going to have a lot of Netherwarts. So we do need to sell eventually, and these slabs are really glitchy, so I'm going to do it off camera. Like I said, that's the end of the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!